it became really apparent that we had a capability that wasn't going to scale with our business. Given that digital was such at the core of what we're doing, we had no way to really scale. And I looked at the volumes, the number of gyms that we were going to open, more gyms, more members, more interactions, and we're talking millions and millions of interactions that come through our digital platform. And I'm looking at that growth, looking at the growth targets, and our current stack just wasn't going to do it. We couldn't scale quickly enough. And that effectively is where Project Maui was born. So at the start of 2021, really looking at the big challenge to say, right, how can we sort of support our business performance? How can we give a better digital experience? And how can we put in technology that's going to allow us to scale a lot better?
I think COVID tested a lot of businesses. And one of the areas where Jim talked about was, as a business, we never closed. So you would have a temporary closure. And in COVID for that year, we basically went through getting, 170 gyms open, closed. If you switch things on and off quite quickly and you've not had precedent there before, you start to find those things where and I always remember we've never rebooted this before. And that was a real eye opener in terms of probably what asked that question about being able to scale. And I think my biggest challenge of being in my role was that I had that scale and process question. So what's the set play? How do we operate? How do we do these things? And I think it was really clear that with the tech we had and the processes and the things, we had been a broke business. And I think we talked about this, but people talk about tech debt. I think we probably had a bit of growth debt, which is we were growing so fast that actually that question of how can this plane or how can this last at 300 gyms with these millions and billions of interactions. And COVID whilst it was a tricky time, was probably a really great pause moment to think, okay, well, we need to be able to switch things on and off. That was never a requirement in the business from 2007 to 2020. Whereas now that was a real life requirement where when is COVID 22 going to come or 23? Touch wood, it doesn't happen. But I think we're a lot more, those set plays are so much more finessed now that if Rishi said tomorrow that we need to shut down gyms, we can do it like that. Whereas in that period, we not only stress tested tech, but actually even, I'd say we stress tested our processes and people as well. And totally new territory. But I think, I would be much more well prepared now for something like that.
The business agility point, I think really important. And I guess another sort of benefit, it was clear getting product to market and having, being able to react to changing consumer behavior, changing demands, changing your products. In the old world, it was very complicated. I was looking at, how do we get, features to live? What was our time to market? And all these long development cycles in quite a fragmented process in a complicated and overly complicated partner network was really, really difficult. So looking to solve for some of those problems, looking to modernize ourselves and then give us that scale and that better agility, they were key parts of the vision that we painted to our leadership here and why we needed to do a program and a project like this.